Okay, guys, so recently Keke Palmer was in the news for acting inappropriate. Let's just call it inappropriate while she has a man and a child at home. Now, things happened on both sides. Basically, what happened was she went out dressed not very wife-like to a concert that was performed by Usher, and she was acting mad friendly with him. And her man at the time responded by saying in a tweet that she's a mother, she shouldn't be dressing like that or behaving like that. And, you know, obviously that's true, right? But because he said it and the way he said it, he received backlash, she received backlash, and now they're no longer together. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you why the whole situation was doomed from the start and how you can avoid getting into a situation like this. But first, I'm going to illustrate how each party was wrong, because both of them were wrong. We're gonna start off with Keke. I remember when I first saw Keke, it was a movie called Akilah the Bee, and she was all nerdy and dorky and plain and not at all attractive in any way, but it was a good movie. And as she grew up, I never thought she was that attractive. She was always built kind of like a board to me. But as soon as she had a kid, I was like, damn, where did that ass come from? She has some shape now. And I think this may be the first time that she's ever had shape like that, which is why she's acting out of character. But maybe she was always like that. I don't know. I haven't watched that closely. But anyway, I digress. This is why Keke was wrong. First off, she did not represent her man well by dressing so provocatively. It was basically just like a sheer cover that she had, and she was basically wearing just like a bodysuit, right? Obviously, if she's single, I mean, that's fine. But if you just had a baby and you got a man, like, unless he okayed it, it's not really a good look. She also went to a different state alone without him and left him at home with the kids. She also publicly entertained another man. She did not leave room for Jesus when she was at that concert. She was all up on Usher's, there's a joke there. I can't think of it. But she was all up on Usher's mic. I should have just said that. She was all up on Usher's mic. And it did not look platonic to the general viewer. So she embarrassed him that way. So first of all, she didn't represent him correctly. She dressed provocatively. She entertained another dude and embarrassed him in public overall. Now let's get into why her man fucked up. First reason he was wrong is because he chose to address the matter publicly. You are not supposed to check your woman in public unless you are also there. You don't try to check her after the fact when she's not there, try to do it on a public stage to garner sympathy and attention, because you will always lose that battle. Why? Because generally, people don't give a fuck about men's struggles. They will come to a woman's defense though. So he fucked up on that part. The second thing that he fucked up with is choosing to commit to a woman in the industry. Keke Palmer has been famous since she was like 12. So she's used to meeting highly influential people, especially highly influential men. So if she is already in that environment and you're a regular schmegular, you have no leg to stand on. There's no leverage. You are literally below her and you're below her standard environment. You're always going to be compared to who she met that day. That is a terrible way to operate within a relationship, because you want it to be where you are the best option for her, not the guy that she settled for. And the last way that this guy fucked up is this goes back to what I was saying, he had no leverage in the relationship. She's more famous than him, she probably makes more money than him, and he did not set the frame of the relationship from the beginning. He had no power in the relationship at all. So it's not surprising that this happened. She did not respect him, quite frankly. It was just an L on all counts. Or a K. No, that was not funny. So now I'm going to explain to you guys how to not end up like Keke's dude. First things first, never get into a relationship with a woman who thinks she's better than you. That is just a recipe for disaster. Why is that an issue? Mainly because women naturally want to be with the best guy. That's what hypergamy is. The reason why they want to be with the best guy is because the best guy can provide the most resources. Most resources means the most security for them and their offspring. It's a biological trigger. It has nothing to do with emotions or society. It's just a reality based on our hindbrain, right? If she's with a guy that is less than her, then her biological imperative has not been satisfied, meaning she will continue to look for other options and act out of character because she is not with the best mate. So, first off, never get with a woman that thinks she's better than you. Just setting you up for problems in the future. Second thing that you can do to avoid being in the situation, never get into a relationship where you are not the breadwinner. That is also another way that you can get bitched out. If a woman knows, like clearly knows without a shadow of a doubt, that she's stacking more paper to the ceiling than you are, she's gonna talk real spicy. She's gonna say, shut up before I turn off your Netflix type shit. You don't want that. You don't want her talking to you like that. And what can you do if she does, in fact, make the most money? What can you do? Nothing. You just gotta shut up and take it. That's not healthy. You want her to talk to you like you ain't shit because you don't run this shit, bro? I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, but teach their own. The third way that you can avoid getting into this type of situation is you must set firm boundaries before entering into a committed relationship. Because if you do not set boundaries to let her know that this is how her behavior should be, how she should conduct herself within a relationship, she will act no different than when she was single. She'll still wear provocative clothing without you there. She'll still flirt with other guys. She'll still have guy friends. She'll still go out with her girls and claim it's because she just wants to have fun. It's not like any guys are gonna be there. Not like any guys are gonna talk to her or try to hit on her or try to sleep with her. No, she just wants to go out. You gotta make sure that she understands that she can't do none of that shit no more when she's in a committed relationship with you. Otherwise, you're gonna set yourself up for a lot of arguments, a lot of headaches, a lot of difficulties, and a lot of gaslighting because she's gonna say you're insecure for wanting your woman to be yours. I mean, I don't know. They make it up in their mind to think that like that makes sense. It doesn't fucking make any sense, but whatever. And the last thing that you need to do to avoid ending up like Keke's man is make sure that the woman is in love with you already before you get into the relationship. Why? You know how I said women are hypergamous? They always look for the best option. Well, obviously they can't always operate like this, or else they would just cheat all over the place and just be complete chaos. So Mother Nature, God, whatever you want to call it, created a safety net with that. How does hypergamy get turned off? Being in love. Simple as that. Being in love allows women to stop looking for better options because at this point, they're completely emotionally invested in that guy, so they no longer can see any other men. So it doesn't even matter if Drake DMs her, Future, her favorite rapper, her favorite artist. If she's in love with you, they're all invisible to her and she only sees you. Okay? That is the only way that you can shut off hypergamy. But if she's not in love with you and you get in a relationship with her, she's not gonna stop looking. So if Drake DMs her or Future DMs her or any other prominent celebrity, she's gonna take that chance and cheat on your ass. Okay? It's almost like she gets more rational when she's in love, even though it's irrational. Because when a woman's in love, instead of looking at the DM and saying, oh, he's the best guy for me, let me hit on him, she can be like, oh, yeah, if I fucked him, then what? I'd ruin this and he wouldn't cuff me, so why would I do that? It's like they get some sense in their head. So I don't know. It's backwards. I don't know. But yes, make sure that she's in love with you so that way she only sees you. You are basically like Jesus to her, bro. She doesn't see anybody else. That is important for getting into a relationship. Otherwise, the hypergamy does not shut off. And I just want to close out by saying that you need to be aware of the woman that you commit to. Because if you haven't properly vetted her, if you don't even know who she is, if you've only dated her for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, you don't really know her fully. You haven't seen the worst yet. All you're seeing is her representative. You have to wait patiently, do a very thorough vetting process so there are no surprises when you decide to bring out the big guns, i.e. commitment, right? If you do not know who she is, you are setting yourself up for some rude awakenings, because she might seem nice, she might seem fun, she might seem kind and patient and loving and all that stuff, but 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, she's considering telling the cops that you hit her even though you didn't. And you never even thought that she was capable of something like that, but you didn't vet her properly. So whose fault is it really? You gotta answer that yourself. And sad to say, but most women today are not really worth it. They don't really provide value. They're not really caring or empathetic in any way, shape, or form, and they don't really deserve commitment. So you have to be very discerning and selective with who you choose to give commitment to. And never, ever, ever let her have more leverage than you in the relationship. Otherwise, you'll end up like Keke's dude. Simple as that. That's it for today, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to get the merch. I wore this shirt for a reason. My wife wouldn't wear that. If Keke's man was wearing this shirt, maybe he wouldn't have had that scenario. I don't know. Maybe he needed my merch. I don't know. Anyway, links in the description. Also, I do one-on-one consultations with men that are struggling with women, don't understand them, or just have general questions about how to handle them. So feel free to check that if you need assistance, if you need help. I'm happy to do so, for a fee, of course, but you know, it's a business, I'm running it, whatever. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. You're welcome.